The topics include Introduction to Quantum Mechanics, Compton scattering, derivation of Compton shift. Before 19th century, the motion of celestial bodies or even any concept of physics were explained by the laws of classical mechanics and thermodynamics and electrodynamics. So in the beginning of 20th century, many experimental results remain unexplained by the classical theory. So for example, the spectrum of black body radiation. This spectrum of black body radiation was not able to explain by the classical concepts. Hence, these concepts were invalid in the region of atomic dimensions, even in the small scale. The classical concepts are not valid in the region of atomic dimensions, and this led to the failure of classical physics and the introduction of relativistic mechanics and also the quantum mechanics. The relativistic mechanics deals with the material bodies traveling with a very high speed comparable to that of light, whereas the quantum mechanics deals with the material particles and radiation. So if you see the definition of quantum mechanics, it is the fundamental branch of theoretical physics that replaces Newtonian mechanics and classical electromagnetism at atomic and subatomic levels. Even the quantum mechanics is the foundation for several related disciplines, including the nanotechnology, condensed matter physics, quantum chemistry, structural biology, particle physics, and electronics. The foundations of quantum mechanics date from the early 80s, but the real beginning of quantum mechanics date from the work of Max Planck in 1900. The term quantum mechanics was first coined by Max Born in 1924. Many scientists, including the Thomson, Rutherford, James Chadwick, de Broglie, Heisenberg, Schrödinger, Pauli, Dirac, and many others have contributed to the development of this quantum mechanics. Now let's see the Compton scattering. In 1916, Einstein proposed that when light interacts with the matter, energy and the linear momentum of photon gets transferred in discrete amounts. That is, both the law of conservation of energy and the law of conservation of momentum hold good. In 1923, Arthur Compton carried out an experiment to support the views of Einstein. And Compton arranged for a beam of X-rays of wavelength to fall on the target made of graphite. Here the photon is a X-ray photon is incidenting on the target material, that is graphite. The electron is recoiling at an angle theta with the momentum Pe, and then the photon is scattering at an angle pi with the momentum P dash. Now according to the conservation of momentum, the initial momentum is equal to the final momentum. So here, when the incident photon incident on the target material, there is a change in frequency of this one. This change in frequency of the scattered photon is observed, and this effect is called the Compton effect, and the change in wavelength of this scattered photon is called the Compton shift. According to the conservation of linear momentum, we take the momentum along the x-axis. P is equal to, this is the momentum of the photon, P is equal to, so the momentum of photon plus momentum of electron. Electron momentum is 0, which is equal to the momentum of recoil electron, that is Pe cos theta, plus momentum of scattered photon, P dash cos pi. Along y direction, the momentum of photon and electron is 0, that is equal to after collision Pe sin theta minus P dash sin pi. So this is P dash sin pi is the momentum of scattered photon. From the conservation of momentum, we saw these equations. P is equal to Pe cos theta plus P dash cos pi. And the second equation, 0 equal to the momentum in the left hand side is 0, Pe sin theta minus P dash sin pi. Let's rearrange these two equations. P minus P dash cos pi is equal to P cos theta. P dash sin pi is equal to Pe sin theta. Squaring and adding these two equations, we get these equations, and cos square theta plus sin square theta is 1, and substituting these values we will get this equation. From the conservation of energy, the energy of the photon plus energy of the electron before collision is equal to the energy of the photon plus energy of the electron after collision. And substituting the value of relativistic energy of the electron, we will get this equation. C is common and cancelled on both sides, and then we get the value of P square. And substituting the value of P square from this equation, we will get this equation. So this can be got by A plus B plus C whole square formula. So on substituting the corresponding values, we will get this equation. So here cos square pi plus sin square pi is 1, and then we get the final equation 2p m naught c minus 2p dash m naught c minus 2p p dash is equal to minus 2p p dash cos pi. And rearranging the terms, we will get this equation. Just the value of momentum is substituted here, that is h by lambda, and p dash is h by lambda dash, and then we cancel the common factors. We will get lambda dash minus lambda is equal to h by m naught c 1 minus cos pi. And this is the expression for the Compton shift. The Compton shift that depends on only the scattering angle. Here, let's see the different cases. When pi is equal to 0, that is called the Grayson collision. Cos 0 is 1, and 1 minus 1 becomes 0. This delta lambda minimum, that is the Compton shift is 0 here. When pi is equal to 90 degree, cos 90 is 0, and then when we substituted this value in the Compton shift, the change in lambda, that is the Compton shift, become 0.0243 angstrom. And when pi is 180 degree head-on collision, cos 180 become minus 1, and delta lambda is equal to h by m naught c, and then 1 minus 1 is 2 here, and then this 2 is multiplied by this answer. Already we have got the value of this h by m naught c, that is multiplied by 2, we will get this. This is the maximum Compton shift, and this experiment confirms the particle nature of radiation. Conclusions based on the expression of Compton shift are: one is the scattered wavelength of the photon is greater than the incident photon. The delta lambda, that is the Compton shift, is independent of the incident radiation, and also it depends only on the scattering angle. It depends only on pi. Why the Compton effect is not observed in the visible spectrum? The reason is this. For example, if you take the X-ray photon which has a wavelength of 1 to 100 angstrom, its percentage is 5%, almost 5%. When we come to the visible region, it is almost 0.01%, which is very small and undetectable. Hence, we cannot see the Compton effect in the visible region. the direction of recoil electron. So we take the equations from the conservation of linear momentum and then solving for theta, we get lambda sin pi by lambda dash minus lambda cos pi, and this theta gives the direction of recoil electron. Here lambda dash is lambda plus h by m naught c into 1 minus cos pi. The kinetic energy of the recoil electron. The kinetic energy gained by the electron is equal to the energy loss by the scattered photon. On solving this equation, we get the energy of recoil electron is hc into delta lambda by lambda lambda dash. Here delta lambda is the component shift and lambda dash is lambda plus h by m naught c into 1 minus cos pi. Thank you for watching this video.